Going back and watching the film and talking to Coach Klein and Coach Kleiman afterwards, I think there was about 4 plays that I thought that I could have been better at. The interception. It was a play that I checked, saw something that I liked, and they played a little bit differently in the game than what we saw on film going into the game, and I was obviously playing aggressive, but I should have just came outside and thrown my slant to Malik underneath. The throw to Bebe down the middle of the field. I just gotta put a little bit more on it. He was, they were playing a coverage there that they hadn't shown on film, but I knew what they were in, and knew that was probably going to be the guy that was going to pop. And I just gotta step into it. I kind of faded off my throw a little bit just because it was so open. And then there was one read in the run game that if I pull it and probably run for about 40 yards there at the end of the game. And then trying to think, those 4 plays really were the ones, and even watching it on my own after the game on the way home, wishing I could have back. There's always going to be plays in the game that you're going to wish you could have back. But, for the most part, I felt like I took what the defense gave me, and, whatever the coaches called, I executed well. But, it's obviously, I strive to be perfect and whatnot. But I also understand that's not reality. But it was a good game, just to get underneath, our belts in a setting like that versus a really good football team, and kind of shake those first game jitters out a little bit. So, I'm looking forward to getting back out there again this weekend.
Do you think it was more some of that was jitters, or was it kind of rust because you haven't played?
Yeah, I don't think it was rust. I think it was just me not executing and on those 4 plays. I don't think it was really had to do with anything like that.
Skylar, now that a couple days have passed, can you just reflect on, now that you've kind of digested everything, just the feeling of being out there again?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I had a lot of fun, and I felt like going into that game, I was more calm than I've ever been going into a game. I didn't really feel nervous. It was more just I was just so anxious to get out there again. I'd been preparing for that game for 10 months, and running what that would look like through my head for a long time. And so I was ready for the moment. I feel like the first drive there, we were clicking, we were moving the ball in big chunks, besides the interception. But I thought what we did a really good job at as a unit, and me personally, is after that interception, I felt like we stayed attacking. We didn't take our foot off the gas and kind of let that, kind of hold us back a little bit. We put it behind us and move forward, which is big for us on offense. And just to get out there with my teammates again, it was special. I think that's what I missed the most about being out last year was, being up in the box and being kind of removed from my teammates on game day, and not being with them when the bullets are flying, good and bad. And I feel like that's a part of my game and me personally, that I provide a lot to this, bring a lot to this team, and is leadership in those difficult times through adversity, and being able to help this team work through those things. And when I was removed from that last year, it hurt me a lot not being there for my guys, and so that's what I enjoyed the most. And going back and watch the film, you see when guys are making plays, you see the entire team celebrating, running down the field. I think Noah Johnson was out almost caught up the deuce on one of those run plays. I'm obviously joking, but that's fun to see. And guys are having fun. We're playing for each other, playing unselfish football, and that's what we got to continue to do moving forward.
Skylar, when you said a 59-yard touchdown run, that was on a 3rd and 13.
Mm-hmm.
Inside handoff isn't obviously the call you maybe, or at least we would expect.
Yeah.
Why, when you guys heard that call come in, did you think, okay, this is going to work?
Yeah, that was a game plan thing that we saw in 3rd and long. just the way that they lined up and played. We saw it played on film from the previous season against them, that a team had success running inside zone versus them and third and long. And if we targeted it right, that we could get deuce one-on-one with a guy, and we like our matchup in that aspect to get loose. So we executed it really well. I saw the way they lined up was very similar to what we saw on film. They brought a pressure away from the run, which is what we want. And I knew pre-snap that we had a good shot to convert on it and do us one-on-one with a guy in open field. We like that matchup a lot, so it worked out.
Skylar, does the Arkansas State game last year and what happened there serve as kind of a reminder this week to get everybody focused on the opponent that you have?
Yeah, no, tremendously. Looking at Southern Illinois and the conference that they play in, the Missouri Valley, everybody. I mean, you go look at the scores from last week. Everybody was competitive. South Dakota State, beat Colorado State. Montana won. Missouri State lost by 7 to Oklahoma State. UNI lost by 6 to Iowa State. I mean, it's a competitive conference. That's the real deal, and it's FCS teams are. What we were talking about is just watching them on film. It's a team full of Bradley Morris, guys that have chips on their shoulders, that are talented players that have something to prove. They have 18 super seniors on their team, guys that have played a lot of football, that play hard and play fast. So it's definitely, it's something that we have to be ready for, and it's going to be a very tough test for us. And first game at home, we know it's going to be a great atmosphere. We know they're going to be fired up and have something to prove, against us. So we definitely we're focused in on that. That they're going to be a good team, and we just got to prepare. This week like we did last week, and once again, it's about us. It's about the Power Cat logo on our chest, and that's what's most important. And we focus on that and getting better each and every day. Then we'll be successful.
Skylar, you talked about being here at home. Refill the bill has kind of been the theme the last couple of months, and obviously with COVID and everything else, what's that feeling going to be like going out in front of a full stadium?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Considering how weird last year was, it's. We had a pep rally a couple weeks ago with a freshman here, and I've been a part of a couple of those since I've been here, and you could just feel the energy of people just missing being at games and miss being in the atmosphere here at K-State, and that's a huge part of K-State football is our fan base, and adding the band back to the student section is going to be big time. We have the best band in the entire country, and having those guys back in the student section, and leading the way in that aspect is going to be phenomenal and so fun. And obviously I can't speak on it because I haven't experienced yet, but just I envision that it's going to feel like running out of the tunnel for the first time. My freshman year, and that's very exciting for guys that have, me and J Mac and Noah, guys that have been around and play a lot of football here, kind of have that recharge of what it feels like to run out of the stadium here and have a packed crowd. So we're excited for it. We're looking forward to it, and we know that it's going to be a home field advantage for us, which is what we want.
There's some fan pushback on having the game moved to the Cowboys Stadium last week, but I was just curious your perspective on playing in a venue like that and what the experience was like for you.
I thought it was awesome. I mean, I thought our fan base traveled really, really well. It was definitely loud in there. Our student section was going crazy, which was awesome to see again. And then once again, our band, and just everybody that made the effort to get down there and support us. It meant a lot to us as a team and our program. And to get to play in a setting like that in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, it's a dream come true for a lot of us. And so it was a really great experience, and I'm glad our program got to experience that. I think it was a big time for us. So it was a really cool experience, and I enjoyed it.
Skylar,
Last one.
how did it feel like Tyler and Hal embraced the game day and
Yeah, I thought he did a really good job. The one catch he had got called back from a chop block that was kind of unfortunate. Situation that just happened. But since Tyrone's got here, he's been a guy that we knew that could help our football team and could contribute whatever that may look like. And he creates separation. He has really good hands. And what I love about him is, in practice or whatnot, if he drops a ball, I mean, he gets really mad, and he'll do push-ups, and all of our guys will. But you can tell it really bothers him when he doesn't catch the ball, and that just kind of shows me that he's really competitive and wants to be great. And whenever he gets the ball in his hand, he doesn't want to just go down. Whenever he catches it, he's trying to fight and get more yards, and you saw that firsthand whenever he got his opportunity this weekend. So. We just gotta, as a group, as a unit, as receivers, and myself, because we're all in this together. We just got to continue to grow and improve and build confidence in that aspect of our offense.